Welcome to the Adobe Premiere Pro course for beginners. My name is Mario and I'm a photographer, videographer, and YouTuber. I have many years of experience editing video using different programs, and that helped me to understand almost all the interfaces and programs that exist in the world. Adobe Premiere Pro is one of the best on the market and is one of the most used among professionals and amateurs. Nowadays, video has become a very important part of our lives. Many years ago, having a television was a luxury. Going to the movies was a special activity. In the case of companies, they had to invest a lot of money for an advertising in a video format, and they had to pay even more to the television stations so that they can broadcast those advertisements. Also, video cameras were very expensive. But today, everything has changed. Almost everyone has a video camera in their pocket. Your cell phone. That has caused everything we know related to video to change. YouTube came out where people like you and me can upload videos from homemade to professional. Instagram, that used to be an app just for photos, has become a Reels and video app. Now we have TikTok, and even Facebook entered this world of video content. These giant platforms live out of advertising, and most are made in video format, and it costs thousands times less than when you used to pay so much money for television stations to broadcast these kind of advertisements. This means that small companies can also afford to place advertising on these platforms nowadays. Nowadays, you can grab your cell phone and record an advertisement for any product. I have done it for a restaurant in my neighborhood. The idea here is that video is revolutionizing the world, and nowadays almost everything is on video. A good video is not only the recording itself, but also the editing. In fact, 50% of a good video is on the editing. Editing is where you put together and shape your idea. You give life to your project, whatever it may be. A video for YouTube, a reel, a post for TikTok, an advertisement, whatever. There are many programs that help you to create videos. Many of them, you can download them in your phone. Many people create their videos like this. But do you want to be one of the crowd? Or do you want to stand out with much higher quality videos? Adobe Premiere Pro is my favorite program, and I use it for both. For my personal videos, such as videos that I post on Instagram or Facebook, as well as for professional videos such as advertising or events or weddings, etc. And that shows you how versatile it is. In this course, we will learn how to use Adobe Premiere Pro from scratch. In the first part of this course, we will see how to organize the files that we are going to use in our project, that is videos, music, sound effects, etc. Then we will create a project and import our files, and then we will create a sequence where we are going to start editing. In the second part of the course, we will learn how to use the basic tools so that we can start creating our amazing videos. Then we will learn to edit audio, we are going to add music to our editing, and also we're going to make it match with the video. In the third part of the course, we will learn how to colorize our video, both color correction and color grading. And then I will show you how to export your finished video. We will talk about the best settings for different platforms. Now that you understand how the course is organized, let's get started. To mention two things before we start. First, that the course is for beginners, so we will start from scratch and we will learn all the basic functions of Adobe Premiere Pro. The idea is that by the end of this course, you will already be able to edit your videos. That's why I won't talk about advanced tools, but in the resources of this course, I will leave you a PDF file with links to a playlist with a lot of more advanced tutorials that I have created so that you can learn and become a pro. Also, in the same PDF, I will leave you a link for a playlist with free packs of resources that I have prepared so that you can enjoy them while editing. The second thing I wanted to mention is that in the resources of this course, I am also leaving you 3 packs. One is with LUTs for coloring videos, the other one with transitions, and another one with sound effects. The idea is that after finishing this course, you practice, practice, and practice. This is the only way you are going to become a very good video editor. And then of course you can go to the PDF file, check on the link, and look for these tutorials that I left for you, and then you're gonna become a pro. Organization is very important before creating a project. In fact, every editor must be organized because it will speed up the editing process, and let me tell you that sometimes it takes hours editing a simple video, so any minute saved is gold. Let's try to keep everything organized. Here, for example, I have a folder with videos. You could even create a folder inside with your main videos and another one for the secondary ones, or B-roll as they are called. We can make an audio folder, and here we can put the music, the sound effects. You could even create a folder with photos if if you need. Even inside your video folder, you could create subfolders like for GoPro, for drone footages, or for your main camera. You see how to organize yourself, but do it. Be organized. Now that you have your main folder where your project files will be, Premiere Pro is kind of creating a link between your files and the files that you are pulling inside the program. So if later on you move a file from your folder, then Premiere Pro will not find the file and you will not be able to use it in your editing. Premiere will send you a message telling you that the file was lost. Later on we will see this case so you understand it better, and I will show you also how to recover the file in case it happens to you. And now the time has come. Let's go to Premiere Pro. Okay guys, the first thing that you see when you open Premiere Pro is this screen. Now don't worry about this Premiere Pro for beginners. This is actually a project that it's already created that I'm using to edit this course actually. So maybe you're not gonna have it here. Most of you are gonna be beginners, so the first time you open Premiere, you don't have anything here, okay? We're gonna do this project, we're gonna create a new project in the easiest way, because in Premiere Pro, and I want you to understand from the beginning, there's a lot of ways to do the same thing. So we're gonna do the project the easiest way, and we're gonna try to go through the course doing everything the easiest way. To create a project, we come here in this corner and we put new project. Now you got scared. You see a lot of things here in the screen. There's a lot of things in the right, in the left. There's videos here that they don't even belong to us. These videos are coming with Premiere Pro by default here so that you can practice. So don't worry. Like I said, there's many ways to create a project, and you can even create a sequence from here. So when you start, it's all created, but no. This is advanced, and let me tell you that I have so many years using Premiere Pro, so many thousands of videos that I edited, and I never use this. Never. Because I like to work in a very practical way. So we're gonna create the project like this. We come here in this corner where it says project name, and we're gonna name the project. We can put project for the course. And then we have to choose the location. You can see here, project location. So we're gonna come here and we're gonna choose the location. And remember that I showed you that I created a folder with a lot of things like video, audio, and photos, and all of these folders. So we're gonna go to that folder and we're gonna put this project there, okay? So here we have the folder. If we click inside the folder, you have audio, photos, videos. Remember, I showed you this before. So we're gonna just leave it there. We're gonna create the project here. Why am I doing this? Why am I saving the project in the same folder where I have everything? Sometimes the project can take hours and hours to edit, and maybe days. Movies, they take months to edit movies. So you're not gonna do it all in the row. You're gonna go to sleep. Maybe you're gonna rest on Sunday. Maybe the next day you're gonna take it. You know that everything is in this folder. And actually you can copy the folder, put it in a hard drive, and then move to another computer. So this is why everything is in one folder, okay? We're gonna put select folder. So now we know we have it here. That project location is gonna be here. And look at this, as simple as this. We come here and we click create. And then you will have this. Now you have the project created. Don't worry, we're going to the next lesson. We're gonna talk about this and how to keep going so that we can start editing. Now if we come to the folder, we can see that we have audio, photos, videos, and look at this. We have the project for the course, the project that we just created. We created our project for the course, as you can see here on the top, and this is what it comes. This is what we see now. It's a little confusing like everything when you start to learn, but this is completely easy. We have here 1, 2, 3, and 4 windows. Now in the first window, we have actually 4 windows inside. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So don't get confused. I will explain everything. So this is a way of organization, okay? We're gonna talk about it in a bit. Now let's go on the top. You have here a menu, like you can see here, file, edit, clip, sequence, markers, etc. Now from this menu, I can tell you with all the experience I have, I don't use this. Maybe window if I close one of these windows from here. So if it happens to you, don't get scared. There's always a solution. You just come to window and you're gonna find all the options here and all the windows here. But now I don't want to confuse you because it's a lot of things. We're gonna learn with practice while we are editing. We're gonna start to learn how to use everything, okay? So below you have another menu, import, edit, export, okay? Import, I'm not using it. I don't use it ever because there's many ways to import. I always use the easiest way. We'll see in the next lesson how to import files, so you will see that it's very easy. I use edit because actually in edit is where you are going to edit. This window is open now and we can see all this. This is the layer called edit, okay? This is what we have here. And now in export, of course, there is a lot of things here that you have to know how to export a file, you know? But because we don't have any video to export, it's nothing here. But this is what we're going to see at the end of the course when we export our video, okay? We come back to edit. Normally when you open Premiere Pro, you're going to see these windows here that are open. But what if you say, you know what? I use a lot the effects. I want the effects to be in one single window. You can actually do it. I will show you now that you can customize everything. And I want the source, for example, to be here on the bottom and the effect controls to be here in this corner. So you can move everything around and I will show you how. For example, project for the course, I like to have it below. So if you just grab this and pull it to the side, you can see this is painted all in blue now. If I release it here, for example, you can see that now here we have 3 windows over here inside this window because we just pulled this one to the other side. Now there are 2 windows here. We don't want that. Let me tell you something. You don't want that because program is very important, okay? So now we're gonna take this one and we're gonna pull it down. We don't want it there. Here, we don't want it there. So if we keep going to the side, oh, now we have a little line here. It means it's going to be an independent window. We just release it and now we have it here. This is so customizable. You can move everything around however you want. Now, the tools, if we leave them like this, like it was, we're losing all this space, and space is important. So let's just do it like this. And now we're going to have just a line with the tools because this area is important. Now, what is the project about? What is this window about? This window is going to have all the folders and everything we need to start editing, like the videos, the photos, maybe the animations, whatever we need, the sounds, the music, everything is going to be here. And then we're going to be pulling all of this to the timeline. So here in the timeline, we're going to start editing. Here's basically where the magic happens. You cut the files, you add the text, everything here. In the program here, is where you're going to see what are you doing. The video is going to be here, so you can see how the video is looking, okay? And if we come here now in the first one that we were talking about, of course, effects, you have effects here. All the effects that we're going to add into our videos. And then in source, this window is very helpful. If you have a lot of videos, instead of just adding the videos to the timeline and start to cut and select the parts that you want of the video, it's very easy. With double clicking your videos, you're going to be able to see the video here before you put it in the timeline. So here you will be able to select the parts that you want from the video and then pull them from here to the timeline. It helps you to save time if your videos are long. If your videos are short, I normally put them just in the timeline. But with practice, we are going to see exactly how this works and why is it important, why is not important. It depends, okay? So we'll see it with practice. This is just the lesson so that you understand what is all of this about, and then we can start editing. Now, effect controls is basically what we're going to use the most from these 3 in this window. Every single effect and everything we do in our videos is going to be here. It's going to appear here, so we can create keyframes, we can move the positions, everything that we want to do with the video, we do it here. If we add any effect to the video, then you will be able to see the effect here and the parameters of the effect. And that's why this is very important, okay? I think this is the easiest way for me to work. Now, I know people that like to have the effects in this side or on the bottom or whatever. The source, maybe they want to have it next to the timeline. It's up to you. With experience and practice, you will see what is the easiest way for you to work. When you decide this is the easiest way for me to work, you can come here where the workspaces are. You see this little dot here, the blue dot. You just select this and you go all the way to the bottom and you can see here edit workspaces or save as new workspace. You can actually save it. So you click here and you can save it as, I don't know, Charles workspace or Patricia workspace, however you want. You put your name here, you click OK. I already did it, and that's why when you come to Mario Mario workspace, this is what you see. So this is the easiest way, okay? You can save it, you can have your own workspace. Now, in workspaces, you have a lot, you have a list of workspaces. And I will show you some so you understand what it means. For example, you already finished your video, you have a lot of things here, a lot of texts, a lot of animations, and you want to fix that. You want to work with the graphics and the animations and the text here so that you can open this workspace called Essential Graphics, where you're going to be able to edit the text. So when you click Essential Graphics, another layer is going to appear. Basically, everything that you had before is here. You see project, source. If you click here in these arrows, you can see you have the source, you have effect controls, everything is here. You have the tools, the timeline, and you have the program where you see your videos. But now you have Essential Graphics. So if you will have any graphics here, you can pull here, you can look for the graphic or animation, whatever you have, you select it, and then here you will be able to edit it. Then if you, for example, have a preset, if somebody tells you I have MoGraph files, which are motion graphic templates, I want to give them to you, you can add them here. You see the plus button, you add them, and then you will have them here in Essential Graphics, so you can just pull it to the timeline and play around. So this is the Essential Graphics. You have another one that you will use for sure, that is the color tab. If you click on the color, another workspace will appear, and you can see here again, you have the same things that you had before here, but now you have lumetri scopes. And then what is that? Lumetri scopes is actually to correct color and everything, but you don't have any options here because you don't have any videos. But in the next lesson, we're gonna start to work already with videos. So as soon as you select the video, you will have the options here to change the color, to color correct, to add LUTs. You will also understand what is a LUT in the next lessons. We'll talk about color. So don't worry, we'll see that later, okay? So now we go back to Mario's workspace. If you are doing this with me, maybe you can create already your workspace. I will not suggest you to get crazy because we don't know yet how to use this. So just leave it how it is, and then little by little, maybe you can do what I have here because this is the easiest way to learn. But then later you can change yours. Now that we understand this, we have to create a sequence. We have to import our files and then create a sequence, which is very, very easy. You will understand why I'm not using this import from here from the top, because look at this. And actually, it's so easy to import files that you don't need that. In Premiere Pro, there is always more than one way to do something specific, and importing your files is no exception. To create a sequence, we need files, we need media. So of course, we're going to import our media. You can see here in the middle of this window, it says import media to start. If you double click here, this window is going to open, and this is the window where we create everything. Remember, audio, photos, video. You just select whatever you want, and then you click import folder or open if you want to open just one file, and this is it. It's going to appear here. Other way to do it is to come here to import, and then this crazy window is gonna come, and then here in local you have desktop, documents. You just look here, the files and the folders that you already organized and set up whatever you know where is it. And from there you're gonna start to check the videos, and for example you can select them, like I select these videos here. You can select the videos, and then you just click import, and that's it. It's as simple as that. But still, this window is a little complicated, so let's go back to edit. And here in file, you can see on the top here in file, if you open it, you have another import. Look at this, it says import. So obviously if you click here, it's gonna happen the same. This window is gonna open, and then you just select whatever you want and you import. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but when you come to file and you go to import, it says Control I. So it means that, let's go here in the window. If I press Control I again, the same window is going to open. So we have now a shortcut. It's easier to do. So for me, the easiest way is just come to the folder where you have everything, is this one. And then you're going to select whatever you want, as you can see. And you're just going to come and pull it to the software. And when you come here to the project window, you just release. That's it. You just import your files, videos, audio, photos. And because in the beginning I told you, let's be organized, let's add whatever we need here and here and there, now it's very easy. We just open the folder and pull the files here. We don't need to create anything here or come to import or file. No, we just pull it to the project window, and this is how I import my files. It's very simple. Now let's go to videos, and we have our videos here in B-roll. Okay, we have 5 videos here. How are we going to create a sequence? There are different ways to create a sequence. Like for example, here on the bottom, you can see this new item, and then you just create a sequence, and then you have the options. I used to create sequence with these UHD 4K, or you can go to HD, like 1080, and then you can actually create your own. I already created my own. I even created a new folder where I have my own sequences, that is YouTube to 1 and short YouTube. Short YouTube basically is vertical, and YouTube to 1 is basically because I don't do videos in YouTube like everybody else, like are like a normal 16:9. My ratio is 2 to 1 because it's more like a movie. Nowadays, all the cell phones, they are not square, they are not 16:9. The cell phones are wider and the TVs are wider. So this is the best way. I will leave you a PDF file in the resources with the playlist that you can see a lot of tutorials for advanced tutorials for Premiere Pro, and a lot of tutorials also if you want to create a YouTube channel or things like that, so that you're gonna be a pro. You know, you're gonna finish this course, you're gonna know already how to use Premiere Pro, and then if you want to go deep into it, just go to these resources and you will be able to see a lot of tutorials about it. Okay, and then of course you click OK and you're gonna create the sequence. But the easiest way is taking the video and pulling the video to the timeline. But before we do that, I want to show you something. You can see here you have like a little computer, like a monitor. If you go next to it, you're going to see details, and basically you have your videos and you can see they are 25 FPS. And then if you come here, which is important for me now, is the resolution. They are all 4K resolution. Why this is important? Because if you have one video 4K, one video of 1080, one video of 720, and the others in 4K, when you create your sequence, you want to have their higher resolution. So what you do is you will pull the higher resolution video to the timeline to create the sequence. Now that we know that everything is 4K here, we go back to our videos, okay? Now look at this, how to create a sequence. Let's take this video, the first one. You just pull it to the timeline and release, and that's it. We just created a sequence. The sequence is called the same as the video, Celia 2. This is a city, a town in Slovenia. And this is it. It's done. The sequence is done. Literally. Look, you can start editing already here. So that's why I told you, check the resolution so that you pull the video with the higher resolution. Now, as you can see, because we're using this video, it comes this icon. It's like a blue icon over here. It means that the sequence is created. If you come here, you will see that it's a different icon. This is the sequence. To be organized, we're going to come here to new bin, and we're going to create a new bin. Let's put sequences, and we're going to pull this sequence there. So every time we make a sequence, because when you are editing and you have a project, sometimes you have 3, 4, 5, 1,000 sequences. You put them all together so you don't get confused. Organization is very important, and I keep saying that, okay? Now this video, we didn't actually decide which part of the video we want to use. We just pull it to create a sequence. So actually maybe from here we want the video until here, and then we cut it, you know. So there is a way, because we already have the sequence, now it's going to be easier for us and we're going to be able to do it. When you come here, this is the video called Celia 3. This is a new video. We didn't pull it in the timeline yet. If you double click in the video, you will see that the video is going to open here in source. And then we can see the video and we can say, you know what? I want the video from there. Now, how do we select the video just from there? You can see here, you have this mark in and mark out. And also at the same time, you can see that mark out, it's O. And here in mark in, it's I. So if you press I, you just selected the entrance. And then if you go and you are like until there is okay, then you can press O and then you have the video selected. Well, this video doesn't have an audio, but if the video has an audio and you want both audio and also the video, from here, from the screen, you will pull the video like this. You pull it like this. And now we have it in the timeline, as you can see. But what happens if you have a video with audio, but you don't want the audio, you just want the video? Then you come here, you can see this square here, drag video only, and you're gonna drag just the video. So you see, it's very simple. If we come in next video, for example, and we are like, you know what, from there, and we go one nice church from there, and then you just pull it. you can see that as soon as you start to get practice, you start to do the things faster. Done. So we have our 5 videos in the timeline. Very, very simple. Now, if you select the video and you come here to effect controls, these are the parameters I was telling you. You can see the position, the scale, so you can actually look at the video what I'm going to do. But right now we select this video, but the timeline, this blue line, is in the other video. So let's pull it here. Okay, now we can see the video. We can make it bigger, we can make it smaller, we can play with it. These are the parameters of the video, right? And you can change the rotation, the anchor point, everything here. Little by little we will use this so we will understand a little bit better. So this is something I just wanted to show you. If you put effects in the video, they are going to appear here. Every time you want to work with the effect controls, remember to select the video. If I select this video, for example, now everything that is here in the effect controls are related to this video, but the timeline, this blue line, is here. So if we want to see what we're doing, let's better pull the timeline here, okay? Now let's talk a little bit about the tools so that we can go to the next lesson, because in the next lesson we're going to use the most important tools that are for cutting. This one on the top is called the selection tool, or V. Try to remember the shortcuts because this is going to make your editing faster. Okay, so when you have the V, when you press V, you are actually an arrow. You can see the white arrow. You are able to move. This is the selection tool. You can select the videos, put them wherever you want. You can see, you can move them. You can do these kind of things. It's a selection tool. The name says it all. The next one is the track select forward tool. Such a long name. What it does, and you can see it's A, so we're going to press A if we want it. What it does is you can see now it's 2 arrows. Now it's not a big thing because we have just 5 videos, so if we want to select something from here, it's very easy. But what happens if you have 100 videos in the timeline with audios, with titles, and it's crazy, and you want to select from here all the way forward? So then you use this. You click here and you're selecting everything that is forward. This is A, is to give you these 2 arrows. But if you press Shift A, you can see that now the arrows are the opposite. They move backwards. So if you select here, you go in this way, in the other way, okay? Now let's press V and we come back to the selection tool. So you can also do it if you don't remember this A, B, you can actually just remember to use these tools. Every time you use it, check what is written here because it tells you how to use the shortcuts, okay? These extra tools are for cutting, so we're going to talk about it in the next lesson. And then we have also these tools. We're going to use them when we start to edit, so don't worry, we're gonna learn everything. And now this one, the T, also is very important. We're gonna have actually one lesson just about the T because this is how to create titles and how to write and put subtitles and things here. So this is what we're going to do later. Before we go to the next class, I want to teach you something. Remember that I told you not to move your files from the folder where you have them saved. I will show you what happens if you did it and how to fix the issue. Okay guys, we have all our files here. Let's come to our folder where we have these files, okay? These are the files that we're using. What happens if we come here and we erase this file? Oh my God, look at this. Now we just have 4. Where did this file go? Of course, it went to the garbage. Let's go now back to Premiere. And oh, wait, opa, look at this. The media is missing media for these clips. So where is it? And here you can see actually that it has the icon that you are using it, but it's an interrogation. Where is it? You can actually see, if we close this, you can actually see that here the color changed because where is the file? It's missing. If you come here, you will see this sign. There's no file. How to fix this problem? And that's why I told you, you have to know where all your files are and don't move them because Premiere created a link with that file and now the link is broken. You move the file, you erase it, you put it somewhere else. So how to fix this? So we just restore it, okay? Because it was in the garbage. You go to the garbage, you restore, and it's here. But if we come back to Premiere Pro, we can see that it's still in red, still not, where is it? It's still asking you, where did you do? What did you do? Okay, what happened is this, that the link was broken, so we have to fix it. We have to link it again, link all of this with the video. So we come here in the video, right click, and we're going to look for link media. And then again, this is going to open and we're going to do locate and we're going to find the file. And of course, we go where the file is here and it's in B-roll and we found it. It's here. Premiere Pro recognized it. I think it's this one. Is that okay, Mario? Yes. We click OK and now it's fixed. The link is created. The best of all is that Premiere Pro is remembering which parts you wanted from the video. As you can see, everything has a solution. But now, let's go to the next class. The first part of the editing process is when we start cutting our videos. We start putting together the story and we choose the parts that we like the most about our videos. Normally this part takes time and is perhaps one of the most tedious parts of the editing process. In this class we will talk about all the tools that we have to cut our videos. Okay guys, we're gonna talk about these 3 tools that we have here. These are to cut and trim. Very important. If you see here, you have this little arrow, this little triangle on the bottom. If you press here, you will see that you have actually more here. And if you go here, you can see also you have the same thing. So if you press here, you will see that you have 2 more here. We're gonna start with the razor tool because it's the one that all beginners are gonna start using. This is the one that most people, as soon as you start to edit, you're gonna use it a lot. And then when you start to become more pro, you start to have more experience, let me tell you, I never use this tool anymore. So letter C. Memorize this, okay? Razor tool, you press the letter C and you will come with this razor tool. Why? Because you don't want to be coming all the way here, pressing here, and then coming here. Let me tell you that it's not such a big deal, but when you're editing a lot, you don't want to come all the way to the tools. You just memorize the letter and you just press C in the keyboard and it's going to come this. As simple as this. You press and you cut. You see? I'm cutting. So it's very simple. Very, very simple. Now, what happens if I want to cut this part and this part and I want to erase this over here? You press V or you come here to the selection tool and then you select this that you just cut it and then you press delete and you just delete it. Now you come here again, you press here and then you'll see that it selected the emptiness. You press delete and you are going to delete the emptiness. As you can see, it's very easy, but that's a lot of work and a lot of steps. So we're going to minimize the steps now. We're gonna go to the next tools, okay? We're gonna come here on the top and we're gonna press here and we're gonna start with letter B or ripple edit tool. What happens if we wanna erase this part over here, but then we want this to get together, right? We don't want to lose time cutting, erasing, then erasing the emptiness so it goes all together. No, you just come here. Remember, we're using the letter B. You just pull it here and look at this. You cut and everything that was in the right, just stick into the left. So we have everything properly done. Very easy and very useful. Don't forget that the ripple edit tool is the letter B. Now we go with the stretch tool or the letter R, okay? We're gonna talk about the N in a bit. Just let's talk about the letter R. There you go. Now you can see that the symbol is different, but still has this red line there. It means that you cannot do anything here until you get here. Oh, still the red. It's because you have to come to the edge. You see, when you get in the edge, it changes. So what is gonna happen here? This tool is actually gonna either stretch or shrink your video. It's not gonna cut it, don't get confused. It's not cutting, it's stretching. So what happened? We can see here, for example, if you see the video, it's in a normal speed, the drone is turning, it's going very nice. But what happened if we come here and we shrink it like this? Oh, it got shrunk. So if we maximize, you will see actually here it says 279.8%. So now the speed of the video will be 279% because we shrunk it. So now it's gonna go fast, the video. You see, it goes super fast. It goes 279.8%. And if we do the opposite, we're gonna make it bigger. We're with the R, don't forget that. Now we are in 95%. We can even make it bigger. And now we are in 50%. So basically the speed slowed down. As you can see, it's slower. Now, be very careful with this because we didn't film this video in higher FPS like to use for a slow motion. So then it looks very choppy. It doesn't look nice. So let's just go back to the real size and don't exaggerate. I think like over there will be fine, okay? So this is the R. And why is the R useful? What happened if you actually have just this space and you are like, oh my God, this is the maximum size of the video that I want to do. I don't want to stretch them out. I don't want to pull these two videos forward because this is the size of the video that I want, the total video, right? And I want this video to fit here, but I don't want to lose anything from the video because of course you just come here and you can cut this part and that's it. But no, you don't want to lose anything of the video. Okay, what you can do is you press R and you just do this, and now you can match it there. Of course, the video, because you shrunk it, is going to be a little faster, but maybe there's no problem with it, you see, because it doesn't look bad, but it solves your problem. That's why R is very important. I use it a lot. From this, all of this here, I use a lot the B, the R, and the remix tool. That's why the rolling edit tool, I left it for a little bit later. So let's talk about the remix tool, and then we're going to end up with the rolling tool, okay? So V, so we go to the selection tool. So to explain you the remix tool, we're going to do something here. We select our files and pressing Alt without releasing, holding Alt, you can actually duplicate your videos. You see? So we're going to do the same and we're going to duplicate the video, and then you release and you just duplicate everything. Okay, now we're going to put music. We're going to do a little bit more. Okay, now you see, oh my God, Mario, the video is too long, the song is too short, what should we do? Don't worry, you're gonna come here, you're gonna select remix tool, and you can see there is this symbol of music with the line, the red line always, because you cannot do anything here. You have to come here. Okay, great. Now it's no more red light, so it means we can do something. You're just gonna select and you're gonna pull the song all the way to the end, and now just give it time. And it was very fast, it's done. You don't need to use this, we're gonna close it because we're gonna talk about audio later. We're gonna press V, so we go to the selection tool. We have to try to be always in the selection tool so we can move things around. And you can see that the song now stretched, but it didn't stretch. Actually, the artificial intelligence of Premiere Pro took the song, analyze the song, the beats, where is the drums, where is the people that are like singing or whatever, and then it analyzes the song and then it makes the perfect cuts. Like you can see here, this white like an S, it means that there were the cuts. And well, let's make it bigger so you can see it properly. These are cuts, you see? So it cut it in a way that the song, it doesn't feel like it's cut it. It feels like the song is like this. It was a long song. This is amazing because the artificial intelligence, it works amazing. I will tell you, get music and start to use it and start to use this because you're going to be impressed. And of course, it's going to have a little bit of mistake, you know, a margin of error, which is like maximum 4 or 5 seconds. It's not a big thing. So in this case, it was maybe like a second. So we just do it and that's it, you know, the song is perfect. So this is the remix tool. Now let's go back to our videos. Okay, let's talk about the N here, this rolling edit tool, or the letter N. Please memorize the letters because at the end, when you know the letters, you're not gonna need to come all the way here and start to use the tools. No, you just press the letter and it's done. The rolling tool basically is getting more information of this video and cutting the other video. What happened? Oh my God, I would like to have less of this video and more of this video over here. And I know that I have space. So if we put V, I will show you. If I put the video here, I know that there's more video here, you see? There's more video, it's just that I cut it. So what I want is to recover this part of the video, and this one I don't care, I want to cut it. So you press the letter N and you're going to do this rolling, and look what is happening. We are cutting the video from the left and adding more of the video of the right. And now you can see that we have more on the right and less on the left. It's very simple. We're gonna go to V, so we come back to our selection tool. And now we basically did these two, and we're gonna go to the last one. And we're gonna start with the sleep tool, or letter Y. So I will explain you what it's doing, okay? Now, again, we go to the sleep tool here. We're in the Celia, this one, okay? What happened is we know that we still have video here and video here, you know? Again, we're gonna press V, we're gonna go up. So you can see that we still have some video here, and you see that we still have some video here. What happened? You know what? I would like this video to start a little bit before and to finish a little bit before. So instead of doing this and making the video longer and then choosing the part that I want here and choosing the part that I want here and cutting so that I can match exactly this space here, if you press Y, what we're going to do here is we're going to move it look at this. We're going to move the video. So basically what we're doing is we're slipping the video from one side to the other. And you can see on the top exactly where it's starting and where it's finishing. So we're going to do it like this, for example. And now we can see that we actually move the video to one side. So we are moving the video. We are avoiding all of this that coming here and stretching here. You can see now I have more video in this side, because I actually pull from this side, okay? So you are basically rolling the video inside the video. You don't need to do all of this work. Like I said before, I don't use it much, but you never know, maybe it's gonna come a moment where you're gonna need it. Now you come here, Slip tool again, and we're gonna use the U, the slide tool now, the letter U. What happened with the slide tool? I don't want to change the size of my overall video. I want to leave it like that. It says 44.18 seconds, exactly here. But I want to move this a little bit to the side. Look what is happening. I can move the video on the center to the left, and what I'm doing is cutting the video on the left and making the video on the right longer. And there you go. So basically, I make this longer and this shorter, and I can do the opposite, making the left side longer and the right side shorter. So I'm just moving around here. So let's press V and we go back to the selection tool, and I will show you a couple of tricks that I use a lot. Like, let me tell you, all the time. Let's say we are here. Let's say we want to erase this here. We press C, and normally what you will do, and all beginners do, we cut, we press V, so we go to the selection tool, we select this, we delete, and then we select the emptiness and we delete. I don't know how many steps were there, like 4 steps. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna do it in a different way. You can see that the line, the blue line here, the timeline is exactly where I wanna do the cut. What you can do is press W. Remember, press W. That's it. We just cutted the video and everything from the right got stick to the video, so we saved a lot of time. We didn't do these 4 or 5 steps that we did before, right? Now, what happened if what I want to erase is actually on the left side, this part over here? Instead of doing all the steps of cutting, you just press Q, letter Q, and it's exactly like W, but on the left side. We just cut it, delete it, and stick all the videos together. It's amazing how much time you will save editing if you start to use this. Remember the letter Q and the letter W. Now, another thing is also, if you just want to do a couple of cuts in a video, maybe to use keyframes or whatever you need to do, you want to do a cut, you can press also there Ctrl K, and the cut is done. You don't need to go here or press C and then come here and then cut it. These are 3 steps that is not a big deal. I mean, it's just here. Or if you press C and cut, it's not a big thing. But you know that when you are editing videos for hours and hours, these little things are gonna make your life so much easier. Okay, we're gonna do a few things here on our timeline to talk about audio, to explain you how the audio is gonna work. We're gonna take care of this part over here in the left side. You can see the decibels here. That is very important because like this, we know exactly how it's gonna be the volume in our videos. And we're gonna try to do them all the same so they don't sound bad, okay? And we're gonna start with synchronization. We're going to pull this video here. I recorded this video for my YouTube channel where I do tutorials. And as you can see, I have a lavalier here, but I didn't plug it in the camera. So basically I was recording the audio here in the lavalier and the camera was recording its own audio, which is normally not good at all. If we try to listen to it, it's gonna be with a lot of echo. So we're going to synchronize with the audio I recorded with this lavalier here. I have it here. It's another file. So we're gonna pull it here. But what happened is that they don't match. If we come here, we will see actually that they are a little bit no synchronized. You can see, you're gonna hear like 2 different voices talking at the same time. So what we're gonna do, very simple, we're gonna select all the audios, we're gonna right click, and we're gonna see it here, synchronize. Premiere Pro is actually doing a very good job, so we're just gonna click on here, and then we're going to select audio, as you can see here, select audio. We're gonna click OK, and let Premiere Pro do its magic. As you can see, now we are synchronized. So if we put it here and we hear all the audio, we're gonna hear 2 different audios. So what we do is pressing Alt, without releasing, we're going to select this audio. If we don't press Alt, I will show you, okay? Let's select the video here. It's gonna select both because they are linked. So what we do, pressing Alt, we can select just one of the parts of the video, even if they are linked. How do you know that they are linked? Because you can see here it says V. So now that we selected just the audio that comes with the video that we didn't like, we put delete, and that's it. Now we have this audio that we want. Now we're going to select all of this. Why am I selecting this? Because now that we erase this audio that was linked to the video, we can see next to MP4 here, there's no V anymore. So nothing is linked. We have to link these two. So now we're gonna press Ctrl L, and what we did is link this video with this audio. Look at this. If we go here, it moves all together. Okay, that's perfect. This is what we wanted. Now we have our audio selected, the audio of the lavalier, which is very nice, but still we need to fix something. If we put the audio, and I want you to check here in the decibels, okay? If we put the audio, look at the decibels. You can see that they're coming like in 18 and maybe at some points are reaching -12. What we want on the decibels, and this is what I do, is our audio to be in between -12 and -6. I always try to push it to reach -6. So because it was over here, I will put +6. We're gonna put the volume up to see if we can reach this -6. So we come here to the audio, as you can see this green part here, right click, audio gain, you can see here, and then how many decibels we wanted to go up. If it was like around 12, it was a little bit down here. If we put +6, we're gonna reach here. So let's put +7, okay? Now if we listen to our audio, we can see that now it's reaching very close to -6. It's almost here. So I think we can put one more. Let's go to audio gain and we press 1. So we are adding one more decibel. And I think now we're gonna be fine. You can see that it's normally around here, but when I speak loud, it reaches -6. So we're gonna leave it there. We don't want it to go all the way here and go in red. We don't want that. The audio now is gonna be perfect there, okay? And then of course, what you're gonna do is to edit, to cut. Remember, we did it already at the beginning, how to cut and edit, because for sure here I have a lot of mistakes. Like here, I'm thinking what to say in all of this area. So it's like this, it's normal. But now we have our audio synchronized. Now let's do something else. Let's come here and I prepare this for you, okay? I have here a video of the drone flying over Slovenia, as you can see. This place is called Celje. It's in Slovenia, beautiful place, a lot of nature. I also have here some audio that I added. I'm speaking here, I'm talking here. You can see it's very low volume, but don't worry, we're gonna fix it. So how to fix this audio? The first thing we have to do, remember what I told you. If we check here, we can see how are the decibels. We can see that the decibels are super low, are like in -18. You can see here the line, it reaches -18. If we want -6, we will have to add a lot. So let's start little by little. We select the 3 audios and let's add 10, okay? Let's see what happened. Now we're gonna go back here and we're gonna see here and let's see the decibels.
In Central Europe is known for its mountains, ski.
I think I can add 4 more just to be in the safe side. And I think we are fine now.
A country in Central Europe.
Perfect. We are reaching around here. This is what I want. Remember, -6 will be our top. Okay, now we have our audio, now we have the video, but we want to add music. We have our song here. We're going to double click in our song so we come here in the source panel where we can see how the song is gonna be, okay? Now this song, I took it from a platform called Audio, which actually I have affiliation, so I can get you a crazy discount. Everything is gonna be in the PDF files that I'm gonna put you in the course. You're gonna have discounts, you're gonna have free lots, you're gonna have a lot of stuff for free, and you're gonna have a lot of playlists so you can be a super pro in Premiere Pro, so I will suggest you to always check the PDF files, okay? If we listen to our song, it's starting very slow. So I think here you can see that it jumps here, the audio. So we're gonna come here.
We're gonna get this.
I think we can start there, okay? So we're gonna come around here. There is a pause here. There is the pause, and I think I want the song to be from there, okay? So I press I, remember, to do this mark in, and then I just pull the audio to the timeline. There you go, and it's done. Now, normally when you download music from platforms that you are paying, the quality is very high, and you will see here in the decibels that the quality is so high that even though it's gonna be like crazily super on the top of the decibels, the sound is gonna be perfect, but we're gonna have to reduce the decibels. Always we have to try to go in -6 as a top, because this is what is pleasant to the human ears, okay? So let's see how it goes. You see that it's reaching 0 here. It's getting in the top and it gets in red, but still we have to fix it, okay? Right click, we're going to audio gain, and from 0 to -6, so let's say -6, okay? We put -6, as you can see here is -6, and then okay. Now I think we are going to be fine. Even with the drums, is -6 as the top. That is perfect. Now, let's listen to the music and let's try to hear the beats, the drums, the boom, 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 you know? And with those, we're gonna cut our video. Let's see, for example, here, and we're gonna start cutting the video, okay? Boom, there we can cut. So we cut our video. Remember that we are selecting here the music, so let's go to the video. We select the video. Remember how we cut it? Control K, okie doke. Now we're gonna take this out. We're gonna stick all together. We're gonna keep going. Let's press here where it says M. You can see here the M. This is mute. So let's mute this line here, this A1, audio 1. Let's mute this so we don't hear our voiceover, okay? We're just listening to the music. We're just making the video with the music right now, okay? Let's listen to the second part and let's keep cutting in the beat, because this is the best. It's gonna be more pleasant to the eyes when the cuts are on beats. When it says to the E, that's the beat. That's the beat. You can hear the drum there like boom, boom, boom. So there we're gonna cut. Again, Control K. I think we can erase this. We don't need more of this. And then we're gonna see here. So come take my hand. There, boom. I think I did it too much. We're gonna have to go back a little bit. We can actually also see here. If you see here, we're gonna make it big. You can see here that here's gonna start the boom, you know? You go here, you're gonna see there. You see, here exactly is the beat. So there you go. So we're gonna cut there, Control K I'm pressing, okay, Control K. And we're gonna erase this and we're gonna just stick it here. Let's see. Did you see exactly when it sounds bang? It's the change and it makes the video much better. Boom, again there. I think it's enough. We can actually cut here and we can actually go a little bit there. Okay, so like from there we do it. We're gonna do this. Let's see. I like it. Again there, and we're almost done actually. We're gonna come here and we're gonna go there. I think that is perfect there, and you can see that there is like the song is not over, but it sounds like it's over, so we can use that. Okay, there. Okay, I think we can use that. There you go, and then we can cut the song, and that's it. We got it. We did it. Now we can actually select where we want to put our audios here. We can see we have here our voiceovers. So now what are we going to do? Because there is a problem. The music has the volume that we have. When we want to listen to the voice, they're like fighting to each other. you cannot hear anything. So now we're gonna do it in a very simple way. You can do it manually, but like I said at the beginning of the course, we're gonna try to do the easiest way possible. You can see here where is these little workplaces, this little blue dot here. We're gonna select this and we're gonna go to audio. Here we have this workplace for audio. Something different is opening here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna select our music. This is our music. Now that we selected our music, we're gonna tell Premiere Pro, what is this? This is music. So you can see here, music. Now we're going to select this one in the middle, which is what? Voiceover, which means this is a dialogue. And we're selecting the dialogue. Perfect. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna click hearing music again. We already know that the top is dialogue and the bottom is music. So we're gonna select here where it says ducking. Ducking is gonna help you to reduce the volume of the music when you are talking. And then go back to the high volume when you stop talking. Simple as that. So when we put ducking, we can see here the sensitivity, we can hear the duck amount is -18. You can actually put it in even higher the decibels. So when it's ducking, it's the more decibels or less decibels so that we can hear each other. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come here and do it like that. So we can see there is a line. If we move this, we make it bigger so we can see properly the audio. We can see that there is a wide line here, okay? This is the line that is the volume and you're gonna see what's going to happen, okay? We are in ducking. Sensitivity, 6, perfect. Duck amount, -18. The music is like a pop cinematic music. It's a little hard, it's a little strong. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna need a little bit more of ducking, maybe -21, okay? There you go, we're gonna leave it there. Anyway, we can always change, we can always fix it later. So let's see, we're gonna do generate keyframes and I want you to see the line that is here, okay? Generate keyframes and immediately, it was in 1 second, look what happened. The volume is going down here and going up here, exactly when we are talking. So now let's see if it's okay or we need to put more decibels or less decibels, okay?
Slovenia, a country in Central Europe, is known for its mountains, ski resorts.
It's easy. Done. That's perfect. I like the sound. I like the volume of the music. I like everything. I think that is perfect. So we're going to do the same here. Now, we already told Premiere that this is music and we told that this is actually the dialogue or the voiceover. So we're going to come to ducking again and then we're going to go to 21 like we did before. Perfect. And now we're gonna come here and I want you to see it. So I will come here. Look at this. When we put generate keyframes, boom, it's done. Now that we have everything done, we can come here to workspaces, click here and go again back to Mario workspace, which is basically where we are working. Now we have our video, we have the audio, all ducking, which is basically the volume that is going up and down. We have everything that we wanted. I think we understand now how audio works. I didn't go into detail with the audio window here because there is a lot of things. We can do a course just with audio. So the point of this course is for you to finish and start editing. So you are going to practice and you're gonna learn more and more. If you wanna learn more about audio, you can just go to the PDF file with all the playlists. I'm going to leave you there so that you can actually start watching more tutorials that are more advanced. But first, finish this course so you have an idea. Practice as much as you can. As similar as it sounds, color grading and color correction are two different things. Color correction is, as the name says, correcting the color. We're going to try to make our video look as natural as possible. We're going to correct the white balance. We're going to move the shadows a little bit, the highlights and so on. Okay, to start correcting the colors, we're gonna come here in the workspaces again, in this blue dot that you can see here. We're gonna click here and now we're gonna go to color. We're gonna have this window open here that is called Lumetri Colored. So let's start to correct the colors.
Here, for example, we have a video that is like blue, like it doesn't have saturation, like the highlights are low. So we need to correct the colors. And we can start, for example, here with the temperature. As you can see, we can add a little bit of warmness to help the color and to fix it. There you go. And now you can see also that the highlights are not correct and the exposure is not correct. Let's fix the exposure first. It's now better. You can see that it changed the video, right? Now let's go to the highlights. We can add also highlights to fix a little bit the video. Now it's getting better, but we can see also that it's a little bit oversaturated. So let's take out a little bit of saturation to make it better. And now look at a video. It's color corrected.
As you saw, color correction is something very easy to learn because it is quite technical. But what about color grading? Here comes the creative process, which makes it subjective. Color grading is the process where we give emotions to our videos. Normally, colors that are not very natural are used to help us express what we want to convey with the video. For example, if we go back in time with the movie Matrix, where Neo is in his office, those greenish, bluish colors that are actually not very natural at all, but that transmits the necessary drama that the movie needed. Or the Tarantino's movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is based on the 70s. So Tarantino gave it that color grading with warm colors to express what he wanted.
Now here we have our color corrected video. It looks very plain, very simple, but let's color the video, adding a little bit of warmness. Now we can see that the video has more energy, but what if we want to add now a little bit of dramatism? These bluish tones are gonna make you feel like it's a horror movie, like something's gonna happen. That is drama.
Color grading is going to be more complicated than color correction because it's not that technical, it's very subjective, and it's actually what you feel. Normally what we do is we come to creative, and here is where we're going to do all the color grading. As I said, it's a little bit complicated, so I'm not going to talk too much into this, but you can see that you are going to start changing here shadows, tints in creative. Also, you can come here and do the curves, the color wheels. All of these together will help you to create the feeling that you want to add in your video. But the easiest way to do it, and this is the way that I do normally, most of the time per se, is using LUTs. LUTs are actually files that you install in Premiere Pro, and then you will find them here in Creative. Look, it says none, so there's nothing that we are adding, but if we click here, we can see all of these LUTs. You're gonna have some pre-installed LUTs in your Premiere Pro, but you can install more and more, and I will give you a bunch of LUTs. You just check in the PDF files because I will give you a lot of LUTs for free in this course. So just check the PDF files, okay? So for example, we're gonna exaggerate with the LUTs just to show you. We can come here and we can look for a matrix green, and if we click the LUT, immediately it applies the LUT to the video, as you can see. Remember that we were talking about matrix just seconds ago, the green color that is giving this drama. As you can see, we already applied the LUT here. Now you have here the intensity, so you can go to minus intensity or more intensity, exaggerating, but I will always suggest you to start from the middle, and then you start to play around because every video is gonna be different. But there you go, you have the LUTs, and even if you already apply a lot, you can still come here to basic corrections and keep still changing some things to the LUT, so it is very flexible. If you want to learn more about LUTs and how to use them and all of these details, check the PDF file because I have a lot of free packs that I was giving away in my YouTube channel. I will give you the playlist also in the PDF so you can download whatever you need. And you can see also there kind of tutorials on how to use the LUTs properly. Also, if you want to learn how to color grade by yourself, I have a couple of tutorials also in the channel, so just check the PDF file and enjoy. When we talk about color correction and color grading, we're not talking about choosing between one or the other. In fact, we have to play with both of them. The final product should be a combination of both. Now, color grading is not always used. For example, for my YouTube videos, I never use color grading. I just correct some basics and that's it. It depends on you and what you want to express. Guys, we're gonna start creating our titles and we're gonna also decorate them. We're gonna use some effects and we're gonna also use some transitions, not just for the title but also for our videos. Now we just press T. What we can do is also come here in the toolbar, and here on the bottom we have the T. If you remember from the beginning, if you see the T here and you see there is a little triangle here, it means that if you open it you have more options. So you have the type tool, which is T in the shortcut in the keyboard, is the normal typing, which is horizontal, and then you have the vertical type tool, but we don't want that, we want the horizontal. Our video is horizontal, so let's just click here. So we can select it from here, or we can just press T and it's gonna be exactly the same. We're gonna make this bigger to see the title properly. As I mentioned before when we were using these drones, this is from Slovenia, so we're gonna write Slovenia as the title. We're gonna come here in the middle. It doesn't matter if it's exactly in the middle, we're gonna fix it later. Let's just click. And now we created our first line where we can start typing Slovenia. I'm gonna put the caps lock, so it's gonna be all capital letters, Slovenia. Now, as you can see, the title is created here, and you can see also that this appeared here. So this is our title. If we want our title to be bigger, we just extend it like this. If we want it smaller, we just play around here. We're gonna leave it just somewhere there, and then with time when we are editing, we're gonna see what is what we want, what is what we like, okay? Again, we select here. So when we select here, you remember that we can come to Effect Controls, and we're gonna have some options here to play with the title. If we come here, you see Text Slovenia. We're gonna click here in this arrow so we can open the panel. We go a little bit down, and then we can see that we are using the font Montserrat in bold, and the size is 355. Now, we can come and we can do this. We can make it smaller, we can make it bigger. If it doesn't work, if you are here, for example, selecting this, and you make it bigger and smaller and it doesn't change, it's because we have to select the title. So we can double click on it, and now it's selected. We can make it smaller or bigger. I think that size is the size that I want, or maybe a little bit more. I think there is okay. If you cannot go farther, like in 400, you can just click here and you can type, and it's gonna be done, okay? Now let's center our title. If you see the cursor here, it's like a line, it's like in text. And you can also see here that is the T in blue, means it selected the text. So we cannot do much here, but just writing and keep writing. So if we wanna go to the selection tool, remember, it's gonna be V, or you can click here on the top, but I'm gonna press V, and you can see now that our cursor changed, and now we can actually move it around, okay? This is a trick. If you press Ctrl and you don't release the button, okay? Pressing Ctrl and you start to move, you can see that there is this arrow there. That means that's the center. And if we go around, look, that's exactly the center. So we wanna go exactly in the center, we just come here, that's the center, perfect. We just release, and now we have all centered. But our title is not that nice. If we come and we see the video, the title is just boom, appearing just suddenly. I mean, it's okay, it's not bad, but I think we can make it better, we can make it nicer, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this bigger so we can actually see better the title that we have here. We're gonna make also this window bigger because we're gonna play around now with the effect controls. Now, our title starts there. Let's make our title move. So when the title is moving, when is the moment that we want the title 100% in the center? Let's play the video. Imagine that the title starts to come now and there. I think there it would be in the center. For you to understand me, when I'm making this space, it's like from here, the title is gonna come from the side, there you go, and boom, here the title is gonna be already centered. So we're gonna start from here because we already have it where we want. So now, in the effect controls, as you can see, you have also here the vector motion, right? Position, scale. We're gonna create an animation here. Remember, we are selecting the title. You can see here is selected the title. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click this clock over here. You can see the clock. That means that we are going to create a point. This is a keyframe. So click and click. So if we come here, what we can do is here in this part where it says 1920, it's going to move to the sides, and 1080, this one here is going to move up and down. So we're going to start moving it, maybe here. Let me see until it disappears. There you go. Until there. We can see actually that is reflected, there is exactly on the edge, is perfect. So now this keyframe, we're gonna pull it all the way to the beginning. Now what we did is we created an animation, look at this. Perfect, you see? And it stays exactly there. What we can do is also to decide how is going to be the length. So let's pull it all the way and let's see. The title comes, boom, stays there, and then there I think is the correct time so it can start going out, okay? And let's do it in a different way. Let's make it go out from the bottom, okay? So let's gonna click again here, a keyframe, okay? So we are selecting the same position that we have here in the center. So in all of this area, it's gonna stay in the center. And now we're gonna do like this, and more or less there is when it's gonna go out, okay? Maybe a little bit more there. Now, how are we gonna do this? Remember, we were using this 1920 to move it side by side. Now we're gonna use the 1080 to move it up and down, and we're gonna make it like that, all the way out. As soon as it disappears there, it's done. Now, as you can see, we created now an animation. There you go, Slovenia stays there, and then it goes down. Perfect, I think I like it. Now, to make the movement smoother, because it's a little harsh, no? It comes ta-pung, ta-pung, it's too harsh. To make it smoother, what we can do also is to come here to the first keyframe, right click, and we're gonna put temporal interpolation, easy out, and then here, easy in, temporal interpolation, easy in. Now, why are you putting out and in? Why is not in and out? Why is not the opposite? Because the effect is coming out of this keyframe and getting into this keyframe. And then we come here and we're gonna do exactly the same. We're gonna put here out, easy out, and here again, temporal interpolation, easy in. Now it's gonna be smoother. Now, of course, because the title is disappearing like over there, we don't need this part of the title anymore, so we can leave it there. Now we basically have a title. Easy, nice. It was very easy to do, but what happened is we can still make everything better. The title is a little confused here with the background. It's not that perfect, you know, because the white letters and then the background, you can see the tower is also white. It's a little confusing. There's few ways we can do. Remember, always select the title. We can here, over here, where we can see everything that we did. And if we keep going down, remember we are here in the effect controls, text Slovenia. If we go a little bit down, we can see this. Look at this. We have the feeling that is white. We can choose any color that we want. If we click in the color, we have all the options. Also, if we click here, you see here the pen, or we can come here also to do this. What we can do is to choose the color. If we have something around the screen where we can choose the color. For example, if we come here, we can put it in green. We can put it in pink. You know what I mean? We can put it in blue if we come here. But we don't want that, so we're just gonna choose the white one because I like it. Stroke, we don't want a stroke now. A stroke is actually creating a line around the letters. We don't want that. Background, we don't want a background, but maybe we want a shadow so that we can see better the title. Let's click on the shadow. Let's choose the color of the shadow, and I normally go to completely black. And we're gonna go a little bit down so we can see perfectly. Now we have 75% of opacity, but I want the shadow to be completely visible. And then you can see the angle, you can see how it's going to be reflected. In this case, this is like the blurriness that is gonna bring around the letters, and this I care. So we're gonna move it a little bit. It looks exaggerated, so you can see actually it's very strong what is happening. So I'm just gonna put it a little bit here. And I think it's okay. Is very, very marked. So I think instead of 100%, we can go to like 80%, and it's gonna be better. Even 75. I think it was okay from the beginning. Let's do 70, okay? There you go. Now it's helping a lot. Other thing that we can do, and I'm gonna show you, is here where it says background, and sometimes I use it when I'm gonna do titles or subtitles for my shorts or reels. You can put background. You can choose like a black color background, and then you can put 100% here. And actually, normally what I do is I give a curve to the background, and I can put like 40. And then the size I can put here also 40. And look what I just did. It's pretty cool, right? But this is not what we want. We want the background to be visible. We want the scene to be visible. So I just wanted to show you this, but I'm gonna take it out. Okay, now we have the title. Everything is nice, but I think still it can be better. How are we gonna do it? I think, you know what? The title can be even smaller. Let's make it smaller, okay? Let's make it like in 300. What is that we can do? How can we fix it? How can we make it nicer? The scene is beautiful, but then when the title comes, it starts this confusion because of colors, right? So let's do this. Exactly when the title is gonna start to come, we're gonna give an effect here to our video. So we're gonna start using effects now. Let's come here on the top where it says effect controls, so go to effects. And remember that we have the video selected, not anymore the title, the video. Here in effects, we're gonna use one effect called Gaussian blur. So you just type Gauss, as soon as you start to type, it's gonna come, it's over here, Gaussian blur. And we're gonna put it here on the video. And now because we added an effect on the video, you can see here it became pink where it says effects. And if we go to effect control and you come here down, you can see Gaussian blur. We have the effect here. So the title is starting to appear at this area over here. We have the timeline exactly there. If we move it one frame, we can already see here the title. Okay, so let's go one frame back. So what are we gonna do is we're gonna create the blurriness here using the Gaussian blur. We're gonna create an animation again. So we're gonna click in the clock here, and then we have the first keyframe. We're gonna go until the title go in the center, I think there. This is the center. And we're gonna do now like, let's say 15 in the blurriness. You can see that it's already blurred, the image in the back. And I think we can go even farther. So let's do 30. Now it's even blurrier. I like that. And then we're gonna go here, and as soon as the title starts to move away, we're gonna do the same thing but the opposite. There starts to move away. So we can click here, the point over here. So we select this. So we're gonna have the movement here, and from here to here it's gonna stay steady. And then we're gonna go until the title goes, which is gonna be there. And we're gonna put 0. There you go. So now we can see exactly what we just did. It becomes blurry, and then when the title goes, it comes back. So we created an animation using an effect, which is amazing, you know? So we can read the title. Now, we want also the blurriness to come very softly, not that harsh. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the title. We're gonna come here, we're gonna put easy out, we're gonna come here, we're gonna put easy in. And the same here, we're gonna put easy out, and here, easy in. Okay, so what we're gonna do also is when the title comes, it can also have a transition, like a faded transition, you know? So what we can do is we just come here, you can see that we have this arrow, that it's like red arrow pointing to the right. We're gonna right click, and we're gonna put apply default transitions, because normally by default, Premiere Pro is gonna give you the cross dissolve transition. And let's see how it goes. Did you see? If we go slower, you can see that actually it's almost transparent, the letter A, and then it starts to become like clearer and clearer and clearer until the transition goes there. And we can do the same in the opposite side. So when the title goes, it's also gonna start to disappear in the middle. Look at this. If I stop there, look, it's almost transparent there, and then it goes. So now we have a title with 2 transitions that are very nice, as you can see. Now, of course, there are more complicated titles, and what you can do also is when you create a title, you can actually come here to the workspaces, open it, and you can come here where it says Essential Graphics. So we're gonna open this panel now to show you something. We're gonna select our title, and we can see that we have the parameters here. It's a little bit more complicated, and that's why I didn't show you this part for now. But if you come and you select Slovenia, which is our title, you will have everything here, all the information. You see Montserrat, this is the font that we're using, the size. You have exactly the same information that you had there. It's over here, as you can see. But here it allows you to mask the text. Here it allows you to do certain things, you know. This is to center in one side, to center in the other side, or to put it exactly in the center, the opacity of the title. So basically you have the same thing that you had in effect controls. In this case is okay, but if you start to do more complex titles, here is where you're gonna be able to manipulate with more detail everything. Now, if we click here in the emptiness and we come to browse, okay, we're not selecting the title here. You can see titles actually that I either purchase or I use from platforms that I'm paying or I'm subscribed. Some titles that I created also, and I just save it as presets. So some of the titles that I did, I will give them to you. And I will show you how to use them, okay? Okay, imagine you're looking at the video here. Oh, this is nice. I want to put here some title or something. What you can do is just click here and you just pull it to the timeline. And it's done. You can see it's a glitch effect. It's kind of weird. Of course, it's not for this video, it's not for this scenario, but I can show you that all the animation is done. So basically you just pull it and that's it. So I will give you a list of titles that I created so that you can have them also to save you time, okay? Now let's do something else. We're gonna come back now to Mario Workplace. We're gonna talk a little bit about transitions. You saw that we used an effect called Gaussian blur, and if we come here in effects and you erase this Gauss, there you go, you can see here that you have a lot of video effects. Look at this. This is all coming with Premiere Pro as soon as you install it. It's nothing that I bought or anything. It comes already with Premiere Pro, so you have to actually start to experiment. You have video effects and transitions. You have a lot of transitions. Zoom transition, you have the wipe transition, slide transition, etc. You have to use them in practice, you know. Let's do something. We're gonna come here on the bottom. You can see here there is a little paper that says new item. We're gonna click here and we're going to create an adjustment layer. Adjustment layer is something that you're gonna put over your video, like here for example, over your video, and it's gonna help you to add things here like color correction, or you can add effects here, and it's gonna affect your video below. So if you make it like that, for example, bigger, okay, it's gonna affect all of this part of your video, and then you can actually copy and paste it or put it just over here, and then it's affecting also this video. So adjustment layers are actually pretty cool, and I wanna show you something. Let's see, we wanna do a zoom transition. The cross zoom is called there. This is coming with Premiere Pro. You can actually pull it and just put it here. Now if we come, we're gonna see the transition. It's not the best. I don't like it much, but it's okay. I mean, practice, you know, use all of these transitions and you're gonna like them. Now, I will give you a pack of transitions. This is 100 transitions that I created. So what you do, for example, again, we're gonna use the adjustment layer. We're gonna put it here. And I'm gonna make this bigger so you can see how they work, okay? We're gonna go here, 5 frames to the left, and then 5 frames to the right. How did I do that? Did you realize that I just did like one click and it goes 5 frames? If you press Shift and you move your arrow to the left, look what happened. It goes exactly 5 frames. If you press Shift and move the arrow to the right, 1 and 2, it moved 5 frames and 5 frames. This is amazing. It's a trick. So you have to use Shift plus the arrow, okay? Now, let's do this. Cross spin, for example. And you're gonna click cross spin left. There you go. And it says cross spin right. Then we're gonna pull it here, right. And now if you come, look at this. We have the cross spin transition. Again, there you go. I like it. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, this is one of the transitions that you have. You're gonna have a lot of transitions. I will leave you the link in the PDF file of the playlist of all the things that I'm giving for free so you can download them. And there is a video that explains how to install these transitions. So it's going to be super, super easy. I will suggest you, as I'm saying, I think like 1,000 times, practice, commit mistakes. That's the best way to learn. Guys, I just opened Premiere Pro and here we have all these projects that I was editing before. These are videos of the new GoPro Hero 13 in horizontal. I already posted them in my YouTube channel, and this is a short. This is what we're gonna do now, a short about the new GoPro Hero 13 for my YouTube channel. So what we do here is we're going to create a new project, right? So when we click create new project, this is what it's gonna open. We're gonna put the title here. So in this case, YouTube short, GoPro Hero 13. And then here where it says project location, we're gonna look for the location. Where are we going to save the project? So we're gonna choose the location. So this is the folder where we want to also save our project. So everything is gonna be in the same place. We have to be organized. So we're going to select the project and we're gonna click create. I don't need to do it because I already did it as I showed you here. So we're just gonna open it from here, okay? Okay, this is what is going to open. Normally when I open it, this here window, I'm gonna do it exactly how it was. This window was here, like this, but I like to have the project window here. So you're just gonna click in the project window and you're gonna just pull it down until you see where you want it. I actually want it there. Okay, now I have it here exactly how I want it. Of course, you can make it a little bigger so it's more comfortable for us to edit. Now, normally you're not gonna have anything here. So how are you gonna put all the files here? We're going to come to the folder where I have everything, which is this one. And you can see now that we have our project saved here also. So this is the folder with everything about this project. We're going to select this, which is the audio, the B-roll, and also the video where I'm talking. And by the way, I will show you the audio. I have the DJI right here, this is my lavalier, my microphone, the wireless microphone that I'm using. And then this is to synchronize with the audio of the camera. And then we have here a short whoosh that we're going to use for our transitions. So now we're going to select all of this and we're just going to pull it to Premiere Pro. And then we are going to come here and just release, so they're all gonna be here. But I already did it, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, now we have our project with all the files that we need to edit this video. Now the timeline, we want to create a sequence, but remember, if we pull this video to the sequence, immediately we're gonna have a sequence with all the configuration of this video. But that's not what we want, because as you can see, the video is horizontal. Because we cannot pull the video here, otherwise the sequence is gonna be with this configuration and we want to make a short, we're gonna come here, click here, and we're going to create a sequence, okay? This is here in the new item, sequence. Now we have few options that open immediately. We have for HD with 4K. This video is in 4K, but what happens if we choose this 4K here? It's going to be for horizontal. So what we can do is we're gonna come to settings, and we can see in settings that it says 3840 to 2160. This is 4K, but because it's horizontal, we are just going to move it around. 2160 by 3840. And now we have a vertical video 916, which is exactly what we want. The rest I normally leave it like that. If you see here video previews, maximum bit depth, maximum render quality, I will not touch this. This is for the previews. We don't want Premiere Pro to struggle when it's gonna show us what we're doing, so let's leave it just there. When we export the video, we're gonna ask for the maximum resolution, so don't worry about it for now, okay? We're gonna click OK, and now, as you can see, we already have our sequence. We could also name our sequence there, but okay, we did it without putting any name. You can actually name it here. You're gonna right click, and you're gonna put rename, and you can put here GoPro Hero 13, and let's put EN because this is in English. I'm also doing it in Spanish, okay? So there you go. Now we have our sequence, and we changed the name here, but as you can see, it changed also here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull our video to the timeline. Oh, and this appears. This clip doesn't match the sequence settings. Change sequence to match the clip settings. No, I don't want that to happen. So I'm not gonna change the sequence settings. I'm gonna put keep existing settings. So we keep our sequence. But as you can see now, our video is like square because it's actually coming all the way to the sides. So we're just gonna look for the part that we want to start. So like this, we save time. I think it's over here. There you go. And then I can see, okay, now here I am standing, and I know that from this part that I'm starting talking, I know already that I'm not gonna move, because when I did the video, I knew that I was going to cut it because it was gonna be a short. So now that we have this video selected and now we know where, we're gonna come to Effect Controls, and here in Scale, we're gonna go all the way up. I already checked it and I know it's 177, and as you can see, it makes a zoom in the video and it exactly matches the short. You see, it's perfect now. Now we have our sequence created, and now we can start editing the video. Okay guys, now it's time to synchronize our audio, because remember, we have here a video and this audio here is from the camera. So we're gonna come here to audio, this folder that we created, and we have here this DJI 02 and whatever the rest of the numbers are. But this file is actually the lavalier that we used with this, the one that you can see here in my chest, that I'm using it here in the jacket. So I'm gonna pull the audio here, and you can see that it's like completely big audio because it has like 2 languages. Don't worry, don't worry. We have here an English video. We're just gonna select everything. We're gonna do right click, and we're gonna come to synchronize and let Premiere Pro do its magic. Now it's okay, it's all synchronized, so we can press C and we can just cut here, and now we can just press V to come back to the selection tool, and we can just erase this. And now what we need to do is to erase the audio of the middle because we don't need it. So we're going to press Alt, and without releasing Alt, we're gonna just click in the audio. This is the way to select just the audio, because if we come here and we try to select the audio without pressing anything, just selecting the audio, it's gonna select both, because you can see here that it says V. It means that this video and this audio are linked. So we're just gonna click here in the empty, there you go, and then pressing Alt again, you just select the audio, okay? And then delete. Now we have to be careful. We erase the audio of the video and now we are synchronized here. But if you can see, I can select just one or I can select just one. So they are not linked. So what I want to do so that we don't commit a mistake moving the video and then unsynchronizing this, we're just gonna select both and we're gonna press Ctrl L. And as you can see now, the V appeared again. It means that we just linked these two files. Look at this. If I move the video, it's gonna move with the audio and vice versa, okay? Now let's go to the beginning here and let's click here in the empty and press delete. So we erase this space and now we have all the way to the beginning of the video. But now we can see that we have all synchronized the audio. Now we're gonna try to move and put the line exactly where we start. What we can do also is come here to this line over here and make it a little bit like that, like that, like that, and then we can see exactly, you see? Now we're gonna come here. Now we're gonna press Q. Remember, we're gonna start to use the letters to save time. Q. Now let's listen to the audio, but basically not to start editing, but to check the decibels. This is the first thing we have to do, okay?
I'm gonna give you 4 reasons why you shouldn't buy the new GoPro Hero 13.
We can see that the decibels are like very low around here. So we're gonna right click, we're gonna come here to audio gain, and here we're going to put 8. Let's put 8 decibels more and let's see now how we are, okay?
4 reasons why you shouldn't buy the new GoPro Hero 13.
Perfect. So you can see that it's around here, around in between -12 to -6. And I told you that I like to have everything in -6. But when I talk a little bit louder, it goes to -6. So that's going to be the edge. That's going to be the limit. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. It's perfect. Now the audio is working perfectly. Now we have our video and the proper audio that we want to use. They are all linked and we can start editing. We can start cutting all the video. So let's do this.
If you already have the 12 or the 11.
There you go. I stopped talking there and you can see here that there is a space, you know. So what you can do is Control K. We just did a cut and we're going to come to the beginning here.
27 megapixel sensor as the 12 and the 11.
So that's perfect. If you see, I put play and I'm listening to what I'm saying. Why? Because I'm also committing a lot of mistakes. So I want to see if there is a mistake to erase also the mistake, not just the silences, right? Also, I don't know if you realize, but my cursor is not coming here. You see here it says play. So if I put play here, and you can put stop here. But what I'm using is the space bar, okay? With the space bar, you can put play and stop to make it easier. So your hands are always close to the keyboard. So to be exact here in the line, I'm using also the arrows to be very exact, okay? Because if you see here in this side here in the corner, it says 4 minutes and 22 seconds. What we want here is 1 minute or less actually, because we're trying to do a short for YouTube and the short for YouTube has to be 1 minute or even a little bit less just in case to be in the safe side. Now, the number here that says 422 means the length of all the video, everything that we have here in the timeline. And here there is a number in blue that says 12 seconds. This is exactly where the timeline is now, in 12 seconds, okay? Okay, let's keep editing. We are here, we're gonna press Q and we are cutting this and we keep going with the video.
First, the Hero 13 has exactly the same 27 megapixel sensor as the 12 and the 11.
There you go, Control K. We stop there because I can see that I'm gonna start speaking. Q, you see that we're going faster.
It means that there is no improvement at all in terms of resolution.
Perfect. We are doing okay. I can see that there's no many mistakes.
Second, the only improvement that the Hero 13 has is
there you go. I can see I have a mistake there. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna come here and when I say second, I'm gonna put Q.
Second.
And then I'm gonna put pause with the space bar, Control K, because here I saw already that there is a mistake. So I'm gonna come here and here. Q.
The only improvement that the Hero 13 has is software.
There you go, Control K. And I will be doing that until the end. So what I'm doing is cutting the silences, listening to me, listening to the mistakes, and cutting the mistakes, okay? I will do it as fast as I can, and then I will be back so that we can add the B-rolls and keep editing. Okay, I finished. I had a lot of mistakes and also a lot of silences around. But you know what? I didn't manage to get to less than 1 minute. Look at this. It's 1 minute 0.02. This is not what we expected, but there is a solution. There is a solution. So what we can do is we select all the videos. It's exactly already properly cut it as I want it. And then we're gonna right click and we're gonna come here to nest, okay? What we are doing actually is all the videos are now together as it would be one big file. Why I'm doing this? Because then I can actually right click to this and put speed duration, and this is the duration of our video, 1 minute, and then this 02 that is bugging us, right? Let's go to 59 seconds and let's say 59 seconds and 15 frames, okay? Let's put okay. Now what we did is we actually speed up a little bit. It's just a little bit. As you can see here, it says 100.77% of speed now. So it is a little bit more. This is a solution. As you can see now we are in 59 seconds. It's a solution, but don't take it too far. I mean, if you have 3 or 4 seconds of difference, it will make a difference. Your voice is gonna sound like a soprano singer. So for now, for what we did is not gonna affect much. So I use this technique a lot when it's just a little bit, maybe 1 second. But more than that, I will not suggest you to do it because your voice is gonna change. Let's see.
All the promotion that they're doing to the slow motion.
I think it's perfect. We didn't change the voice, so it's amazing. Okay, so now we have all the video done, and now we're gonna start adding B-rolls to make the video nicer, more dynamic. We're gonna add also some zoom when we want to emphasize some part of the video, okay? So we're going to go to our folder here in the project, and we're gonna look for B-roll, okay? This is our B-roll folder. So we're gonna come from the beginning and let's see what happened.
I'm gonna give you 4 reasons why you shouldn't buy the new GoPro Hero 13 if you already have the 12 or the 11.
Okay, in that moment, the first part, as you can see here, in the first 5 seconds, actually this is 1 frame more, 5 seconds and 15 frames. I already said what is gonna happen in the video. For YouTube, this is very good. You say what's gonna happen, so people are gonna stay there. Oh, okay, I'm interested, and they're not gonna sweep up, okay? So I don't wanna put any B-rolls there. As you can see, if we make it a little bigger, exactly when I finish this word, if I go 1 frame more, you see it's a big change, it's a jump. This is not a continuous talking, so we don't want that to be visible. So we're gonna come to the jump, so exactly when it jumps, you see the next frame, and we're gonna put Control K, okay? We're cutting here the jump. Now, I want to emphasize this last part. I said that I'm gonna say 4 reasons not to do something, and then if you have, no?
If you already have the 12 or
If you already have the 12 or the 11. So that I wanna emphasize. Let's look for this if when I'm starting to say if, and Control K again. So now we have this part here that I want to emphasize. So what we do, as you can see, select it. We're gonna come to Effect Controls, and we're gonna give it like 118. Enter. You can see now that it's a zoom. So now you can see what happened. I will show you.
I'm gonna give you 4 reasons why you shouldn't buy the new GoPro Hero 13 if you already have the 12 or the 11.
You see, it was an emphasized, boom, it went to the zoom there. But now here,
First, the Hero
I'm saying first, so I'm starting with the reasons. So what we can do here is we can add a transition. There you go. Remember when I show you shift and you use the arrow to the left, 5 frames, right? And then shift and you move the arrow to the center, and shift and you move the arrow to the right. Now you can see we did the cuts that we wanted for our transition, right? We're gonna come to effects, presets, because here you will find the presets that I'm giving you away, 100 transitions here. So just checking the resources because I'm giving you this pack away. We're gonna choose this cross spin, and again, cross spin left, we're gonna put it here on the left, and the right, we're gonna put it on the right. Now we have our transition.
11. First, the
Nice, you can see that is a nice transition.
11. First, the
But there's no sound. We want to make something nicer. So we're going to come here. You see these arrows here, right? This is to open whatever you have in the project here, in this window here. Audio. And we have this short whoosh. So we're going to pull it all the way here. There you go. It's exactly matching there. But I know for experience, because I use this file a lot, that this is a very high volume. And look, here is going to become red.
11. First, the
You see this whoosh is super strong. So we're gonna put down the decibels here, and normally I go to -10. It depends on which whoosh are you gonna use. Check the decibels always, okay? Now we're getting somewhere. We have our first part, we have the zoom here, and then we have the transition here. And still, if you see, we are like in the 5 or 6 seconds of the video, which is 1 minute. That's why if you heard before, editing takes time. Yes, it takes a lot of time. Let's see. Let's go back here to the window of B-rolls to have them open, because from here we're gonna start to put B-rolls, and let's see what we can do.
11. First, the Hero 13 has exactly the same 27 megapixels.
Okay, we're talking here about the sensor, but I want to show the camera. Until now I didn't show the camera. So I think when I say Hero 13, I can already put the camera, right? I have a video here that I like with the B-roll, so I think I'm going to use it. It's this one here. If I double click here, it's going to open here in the source panel, you see? So what we can do is we can go around and we can look. We can look for the exactly spot that we want. And I think there, when it changes the frame and get closer, there I want. So I will put I, which means in, and then we're gonna play a little bit until when, maybe there. I think we put O. O means out. So now we can see that we have this little part of the video. You can see here, these two squares are illuminated, are white, you see? This one says drag video only, this one says drag audio only. This video has audio. If this video wouldn't have audio, this would be gray. This part where it says audio only, it would be gray. But I know it has audio. So if I come in the middle of the video and I just pull it to the timeline, it's gonna come with the audio, as you can see, the video and the audio. We don't want that, so we're gonna erase it. So what we do is we just come to the video here, and we're gonna drag the video where we want it, that is exactly here. Now there is a problem. We can see that the video is very small because this is a 1080 video and the resolution of our main video is actually 4K. So what we can do is we select this video, we right click, and then you have here scale to frame size and set to frame size. Which one to use? Both are gonna do very similar things. They're gonna stretch the video to put it exactly the size that we want it. But in scale, it's just gonna scale it and leave it like that, and there's nothing else we can do. The video is gonna be stretched and become 100% like that. If we do set to frame size, the video is gonna be stretched, but we will be able to see how much it's stretched, and we can still have more flexibility with the video. So you will say, well, then I always gonna choose set to frame size, but not necessarily. In this case, for example, we can use any of them because we're gonna stretch it and we're not gonna do anything else with the video, so we don't care. You can see now the video is exactly how we want it. Actually, this frame, I didn't want it. If we go one frame more, from there I want it. So what we can do is let's maximize the view from here, you can see. And we can just cut this part. I don't want that frame there. Okay, I think we are okay, but I think that we are talking about the GoPro a little bit more here, so we can actually look for a little bit more of B-roll. I think from there we can use I, and there O. Let's put this here, pull it, and put it there. Now remember, right click and scale to frame size. There you go. Now we can see what's happening.
First, the Hero 13 has exactly the same 27 megapixel sensor as the 12 and the 11. It means that there is no improvement at all in terms of resolution. Second,
there you go. I like it. But it goes all over when I say second. So that's it. We're gonna finish there. Let's see.
In terms of resolution.
There you go. There I'm gonna say second. So I don't need much of this. There you go. And now there I will say second, so I will do another transition. But you know what? Let's do this. Control K, so we are in the middle. We just cut the middle. We're gonna go Shift and the arrow to the left to make 5 frames. Because we are actually zoom out from the timeline, we can see just a little tiny thing there. So we can actually make it like this and we can see it properly. We're gonna press C so that we are gonna cut and we're gonna add the transition here in the B-roll. Okay, now Shift and the arrow to the right and Shift and the arrow to the right. Now we're here. We're gonna press again C or Control K here. Let's press V to come back to the selection tool. Let's go to effects and we already know the procedure. We're gonna pull to the left this cross pin and pull to the right this cross pin. Now you will say that you want to add the audio and you're gonna come here in audio and you're gonna pull this audio from here, but then you will have to reduce the decibels. It's not necessary. What you can do is actually you come here to the audio you already did. you're gonna press Alt, and without releasing Alt, you're gonna just pull it here, and then you just release the mouse, and then you can release Alt. And as you can see, you just copy it and paste it here. You duplicated it, okay? Now let's make it bigger, the zoom here to see that everything is matching, is all perfect. Perfect. Now let's see what else.
Second, the only improvement that the Hero 13 has is software. So basically, GoPro could have made a simple software.
I think I like this part to put this B-roll here. We will come back to B-roll, and I think we can put already the camera, so we can actually show the camera. So which is the first one that I want to use? This one, where you can see the camera. And then which one? It could be this one, and then this one, okay? Now let's look for the part we want to put it.
Second, the only improvement that the Hero 13 has is software.
I think there we can put the cameras. There you go. Now you can see that the camera is very small. So also you can do it by groups. You select all the group, and then you right click, and then you can put scale to frame size, which is perfect. Now it matches. But look at this problem. You have my video in the background. So what are you gonna do? It's not that big, this image. There is a solution. We're going to come here in this little window, and sometimes you don't see it because maybe something moved here and you're gonna cover it. Don't worry, just move it back and you will have it here, okay? Just click here, new item, and we're gonna create a color matte. As you can see, the background here in the picture is kind of grayish. So you're gonna put okay, and then we're gonna look for this color. You're gonna click here and you're gonna look for the color here. There you go. Now we're creating the color of the background of the camera, and you just put OK. Now you can see that we have it here. You're just gonna select it and pull it all the way here, and you're gonna make it the size of the photos, and look at this. Amazing! Now it's so nice. Now you can see it properly and it looks much better. You don't see my face. But did you realize that I put the photos on the top and this color matte on the bottom? Why? In Premiere Pro, whatever you put on the top is what is going to be visible. In this moment, we are looking at this file here, which is the camera. And now if I take this color matte out, the one that is on the bottom is my face talking, and the camera is covering, because it's on the top, is gonna cover part of my face. But what I do is I will put this color matte in between the camera and between myself talking. That's what is happening. This is the order. Whenever you want to add B-rolls, if you want to add a title, that you want the title to appear here, and even if the cameras are moving or everything, you want it here, you have to put the title on the top, you know? So this is the organization and the order of how this timeline works. So let's see what happened here.
Is software. So basically, GoPro could have made a simple software update for the Hero 12.
It's nice. I mean, I like that the cameras are in different positions, so it looks nice. But you know what? We can give this a little bit more of dynamism. So we're gonna come here to the first photo. We're gonna select the photo. We're gonna come here to Effect Controls. We're gonna make the camera move. We're gonna create an animation. Now the camera is almost in the edge. So what we can do is scale. We're going to actually make it a little bit smaller, maybe like in 90, I think. There is okay, because it was 100%, of course, so 90. We're gonna pull this keyframe all the way to the beginning. And now we're gonna try to go around here, and we're going to make it bigger until it's about to leave the screen. Somewhere there, like 111. And we're gonna move this keyframe all the way to the side, okay? Remember, we just right click, we put easy out, and right click, we put easy in, just to give some softness, more professional, okay? Now let's see what happened.
So basically, GoPro could have...
You can see that now it's moving. We have now something more dynamic, something more attractive. So I will do the same with the next two pictures. Okay, now let's see how we did.
Software. So basically, GoPro could have made a simple software update for the Hero 12, and we will have now the...
Much better, you see? You can see now movement, and now it's more dynamic. So let's go forward.
Same camera. Third, all the promotion that they're doing...
It goes third there, let's see. Third. There you go. You know what? We can make also here a transition, also taking the pictures, right? So let's do something. Let's go here, all the way here. And now we can do a cut. Control K, and we're gonna do the transition also here. So let's go, you know already what to do. Shift and the left arrow, and now we're gonna press C. I'm not doing Control K because Control K will cut this video. So let's put C and we cut here, and then we go Shift and the right arrow, Shift and the right arrow, and now here we can put Control K. V to come back to the selection, and you know the drill. Cross pin again and cross pin again. I try not to use different transitions when it's especially a short, you know, it's too overwhelming. Just one transition is enough. Alt, and we just pull this over here, and that's it. Now let's see what else we are saying.
Earth. All the promotion that they're doing to the slow motion, 400 FPS.
Okay, we're talking about slow motion. I have a video here in the B-roll, so we're gonna use this. There you go. And I think if we come from here, I think I already selected it. Remember, to select you press I, so you create this in, and O here, so you create the other one, okay? So now we're gonna come here, choose the video, and we're gonna drag it here. So we're gonna do this and right click, and we're gonna put scale to frame size, and now we have the video there.
100 FPS, but they don't mention that it's 15 seconds and 720 resolution.
Okay, I think you got the point. I will finish to put all the B-rolls here, and then I will be back to do the final touches, and then we can go and export our video. Okay guys, I finished. I already put the B-rolls here that I had planned. I put also a couple of more transitions, and here, just for you to know, here I said something important and just cut, and I also added a little zoom to make more dynamism in the video, and I think the video is done, as simple as that. Now let's go to the next lesson and let's export our video. Okay, we're going to come here in this corner. It says export, okay, where the video is done. And by the way, I want to tell you something about this line that you see here. You can see that it's red and yellow. So why is that? Where is red is because we added the speed here, and maybe we added a transition, and maybe we added effects. So whenever you start to add things to the videos, Premiere Pro start to see it like it's heavy, and it starts to be like, you know what, you're not gonna be able to do the playback smoothly. So some parts are gonna be green, some parts are gonna be yellow, and of course the red ones are like the ones that have more things in the video, and normally they're gonna be like jumping a little bit in the preview. I'm talking about the preview, okay? It doesn't mean that your video is wrong. Now here in this corner you can see 1/4. If you click here, you're gonna be able to see the full quality, but that's gonna make Premiere Pro be very jumpy, like talk, 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 talk. It's not gonna be able to see, unless you have a very powerful computer, which actually I have a powerful computer, but still I prefer to edit like this, changing this to not full resolution. Actually, I go to the lowest resolution because I don't care about the resolution in the preview here. You know, I care about the resolution when you export the video. This is gonna help you to edit smoother. You're gonna see the resolution here a little bit lower, but it's just so the Premiere Pro can be happy. Premiere Pro is not gonna have that much work to do, and it's not gonna struggle, okay? Now, how can you fix this red and yellow? If it's not bugging you, if you put play and you see that you can watch the video,
GoPro Hero 13 compared to the 12 or
even if it's in red, you can see that it's running smoothly, you know? It's not the top resolution because I put it in 1/8, but it's running smoothly, so then you don't need to do anything. But if you want to do that, you can just press enter and it's going to be rendered and fix the problem. But of course, we are using the cache memory, is filling up with all of these videos and all of these effects. So if it's not necessary, don't do it. But I will show you for the course how I'm doing it. You press enter, and as you can see, it's rendering 20 videos because we have 20 cuts here. Okay, it's done. So my suggestion also is when you are doing this rendering, if it's necessary, do it by parts, or if you want to do it the whole thing, if your computer is not powerful, it can take a long time. It can take from 5 minutes, 10 minutes to even an hour. So just be careful with this, or you can select, for example, this part and you press I. As you can see, you are creating here an opening, and then you go here and you put O, and you're creating this. And when you press enter, you will render just this area here. So you can do that with the red spots. It's gonna be faster and it's not gonna stress you out. If you wanna erase this, you just go close to the line and then you click right click, and then you're gonna put clear in and out, and then everybody's happy, okay? Now let's go to export. Let's go here in the corner, export. Okay, this is what is opening, and then I have here a preset that I already created, YouTube short, but normally when you come here, maybe you will have this as default or any other thing. So what is happening here? High quality, 4K, perfect. Our video is in 4K, but be careful. This is horizontal. You have to see here. You can see in the screen, in the preview, you have black and black. You don't want horizontal. So we're going to take care of this, but we're going to come here to video. Now it's open, but normally it comes like this, it's closed. You're going to open video, and we're going to better go to match source. There you go. What match source does is it's going to match the sequence, all the characteristics and parameters that we put in the sequence, and we did it in 4K. So basically, this is it, vertical and 4K. So now this is our sequence. Now still I'm not happy. I still want to do more things to give more quality to the video, okay? If you keep going here and you put more, because here it says less, but you put more here, you click it, you see here, render at maximum depth. Perfect, I want that. Use maximum render quality. Again, yes, okay? The rest, we're gonna leave it blank. We're gonna come here where it says bitrate settings. By default says 80. I think 80 is a lot. You can see here it says 599 megabytes. It's gonna be the weight of your video, but let's go here and let's put 40. I think 40 is a good resolution enough for YouTube. Enter. Now it went down to 300 megabytes. Perfect, but we have here VBR one pass. What does it mean? Because if we open here, we have more options. So CBR means constant, okay? It means that to export, it's gonna render the video and it's gonna do one pass in a constant bitrate, which means in this case 40. All your video is gonna be 40, okay? Now, if you come here to VBR one pass, is variable. You can see variable. So it means that yes, 40 will be the maximum, but if you see that in parts of the video, it's gonna be like not too much movement, it's gonna go down maybe to 30 to 20, depending on how necessary is the bitrate in that part. So it's variable. Premiere Pro is gonna understand exactly what is happening. Still, it's one pass, okay? We're gonna go, and this is what I use always, 2 passes. So we're gonna do variable and 2 passes, because it means that it's gonna do 1 pass in the video. Oh, the video is nice, but then you know what? Let's do it again on the top to make it more quality. And that's what is happening with 2 pass. You don't need to wait until 96 bitrate here, but in case it's needed, it's gonna go to 96. But normally the target is 40, okay? This is gonna be just the maximum bitrate. You can leave it like that, or you can help Premiere Pro be nice, and I just put 40, and that's it, 40. It's still the same size, it's still gonna do very similar job, so it's just, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm helping Premiere Pro. Now you keep going, there's nothing else to do in audio. This is a beginner course, so I will leave it exactly like this. Premiere Pro preset is doing a good job, and that's it. Now if you like what you did here and you want to use this for all your videos, you can come here where it says the preset. It says custom now because we changed a lot. We're gonna click here in these 3 dots and you can put save preset, and you can put, as I did before, YouTube short. So I know every time you want to do a short, you just click that preset and it's already done. You don't need to do all of this again and again, okay? Basically, this is it. Before we export, we're gonna come here to users, location, users, shorts, and you're gonna locate where you want to put your video. So this is the folder where we are working, and we have everything that we have, the B-roll, the audios, and everything. I created this folder called Final, and we're gonna select this folder and we're gonna save it here. I do it because I'm organized and I like that. So all my final videos of this project are gonna be saved there. That's just my way. Open. So I have already another video. This is in Spanish, and I will click save. So there in final, you're gonna have the 2 final videos, the Spanish one that I did and the English that I'm doing now with you guys. So now we're gonna come here and we're gonna put export, and basically this is it. You're gonna wait for Premiere Pro to do the magic. Now it's rendering. This is the fastest, it takes seconds. And now we're gonna start. This is a different story. Now we start encoding the video, and this can take, depending on the weight of the video, depending on the size, it can be done in minutes, it can be done even in 1 or 2 hours. I saw a video of one guy who has a very bad computer and it take overnight. So please, if you have a bad computer, don't play with 4K. You can do 1080. I think you can start like that, okay? I will leave it there. When this finished, your video is ready to watch in the final folder or whatever the folder you're gonna call it, so you can enjoy it. And this is how you export, as simple as that. My friends, thank you very much for choosing me as a teacher. Don't forget the resources that I'm leaving you in this course. And I would like to ask you to please give me a review, because this way you are not only helping me to improve, but also make it easier for other students to find what they are looking for. Also, if you have any questions or need anything from me, let me know and I will try to help you as quickly as I can. Until next time, and thank you again for choosing me as a teacher. Bye.